Fight!
Jesus, Henry, get off him.
Captain can't throw a punch? You didn't do shit to me.
Look in the fucking mirror, fail son, and tell it to your swollen eye.
Is it that bad? Ron.
It looks a little raw. Hey, come on, let's go get you some ice.
I don't want you in my boats for a week. You hear that, fail son? Stay the fuck away.
Chill out, Henry.
Dawn, you're dropping down to the novice boats until I say so. If you love them so much, you can cox them.
What? I'm the best cox at Alderbridge. We're trying for back-to-back championships, and you're going to sabotage all of that because of this stupid fight.
I'd come to learn later on that Dawn and Captain had a history. They dated freshman year. Dawn came to Alderbridge from a highly competitive prep school crew team. Captain was an accomplished high school distance runner who'd never held an oar before college. But Captain quickly established himself, and the two of them were the top rowers on the men's and women's teams. Then, towards the end of their freshman year, Dawn came out as queer. Captain lost it. He ended things. But the rumor was that by senior year, he was still bitter and heartbroken. But they'd formed an uneasy truce when Dawn switched from rowing to coxing. She did it because she believed in Captain's greatness and the ability of the varsity men's 8 to win the New England championships. Hell of a party these rowers throw. As soon as it gets fun, our aggro captain has to assert his alpha male dominance. Not very enlightened for a philosophy.
Keep applying that cold compress to your eye, Greg. You don't want to have permanent damage.
I don't? I think a battle scar would look badass.
Hey, wait up. I'm sorry about Henry.
Is this apology from him or from you?
Me. It's not okay the way he treats his novices.
It's not that bad.
It is that bad. You don't deserve to be taunted and physically intimidated.
Sounds like you're speaking from experience.
You're on probation, Greg. And Henry is sticking me with the novices. And while it's not ideal, I think I have an idea for how you can really get back at him.
You want me to poison his protein bars?
No, I want you to become better than him.
What does that mean?
Well, the way I see it, you're on a path similar to Henry. You're talented and you know it, but you're a hothead. You too, Ron.
I'm not a hothead.
No, sorry. You know what I mean. You're both good at this, especially as a pair.
Sure, but Ron doesn't have this body.
Hey, I'm getting bigger.
It's not just about having the right body. Rowing's about timing and precision. Skills you can learn. I could teach you guys if you're up for it.
Yes, I'm interested. Anything I can do to improve.
Let's get some food. I can take a pep talk better on a full stomach. I invited Dawn to join us at the bridge. My treat. I needed fats and oils to avoid the 1-2 punch of a sore eye and a hangover. That's when we learned more about Dawn. Her relationship with Captain, her competitive upbringing. She was like a mix of Ron and me. She had all the family baggage, but she was also a serious student. While rowing meant a lot to her, it wasn't her end-all be-all. She took her mentorship role seriously. She thought there were weak spots in the boat. If we trained hard, we could earn a place in the men's varsity 8. But seeing as how we were new and easy to train, and maybe as determined as we needed to be, she could take us under her wing. Teach us while Captain played out his power trip.
Won't Captain be pissed if he finds out we're training with you? Like, I don't know. Couldn't he ban us from the team, like, permanently?
Henry's a hothead, but he cares most about winning. If you two prove yourselves, you'll be untouchable.
You really think we're that good? I mean, we just started.
Look, it's not about years on the water. It's about nature and nurture. Greg, you have the body of a prototypical rower. It was clear that you can improve your technique with the right rower ahead of you to show you the way. And that's where you come in, Ron. Somehow, you have one of the best rowing forms I've ever seen from a novice. I know it's weird to say because I barely know you two, but you're kind of a perfect match.
Wow, thank you. That's so kind.
Quit it, Dawn. You're making us blush. Power, stroke, perfect match. There sure are a lot of double entendres in crew.
Come on, you know what I mean.
Sure, I get it. You've charmed me. Seems like a nice little workaround, Captain's probation. I'm in. Especially if it pisses him off.
Great. Ron, what do you think?
When would we be doing this? Don't we have team practices in the morning? Or, I do. Sorry, Greg.
We'll train at night. I have a key to the boathouse.
But when will I study?
Really? That's what you're worried about? Who goes to college to study?
I've been on this team all 4 years, and all 4 years I've been on the dean's list. You'll find a way.
We started the next night. Dawn helped us to take out a pair. She instructed us from a launch, driving alongside. It was hard to balance the boat initially. That first night, we tipped and fell in the water. That took a while to clean up. But then, after a few days, our rowing locked into a rhythm. Dawn would call out power tens from the launch, and as we added strength, together, we could really feel the boat pick up, become fast. My puddles didn't race past Ron's. They glided quickly at a reasonable distance. But it was clear at the end of Ron's two-a-days, he was exhausted. He was falling asleep in class. If he even made it there in the first place.
What happened during that last piece? You're out of sync. Is everything okay?
Yeah, I'm fine, but Ron was making some noises. What's going on?
My hands, they really hurt.
Let me see. Ron, they look awful. Those blisters could get infected. Did you show them to Captain?
Yeah, earlier today, but he said I just needed to toughen up and row through it.
You need to cover those up and put on some ointment. Here, I'll help you out. There's a med kit in the boathouse.
What should I do?
Stay with the boats. You're supposed to be back with the team in a couple days, right?
I guess. The team warning was processed at the dean's office. Guess Captain made it official. I'm on thin ice, but I'm allowed back.
Good. Come on, Ron. Let's bandage you up.
Dawn wrapped his hands and sent him packing with pain meds. I remember trying to give him harder stuff, but he refused. He was still principled. He always took off his bandages before going out on the water. He was scared of what Captain would do to him if he wasn't obeying his orders to row through it. The two-a-days clearly wore him down, but he was also starting to look more like an athlete. His baby fat was turning into lean muscle. And then there were more subtle changes. Kinds of stuff two freshman year roommates notice just hanging out in their dorm.
Mom, it's not like I'm failing. I just got a couple of B's. It's not a big deal. My freshman advisor says it's totally normal for a freshman to struggle with adjusting to a college workload. No, I don't think it's a mistake. Crew is the best thing that's happened to me. It makes me happy.
Makes you happy?
Shh, I'm on the phone.
Sorry, it's just happy? It's not the word I would use.
Sorry, Mom, it's Greg. He's getting ready for this crew event tonight. I know I have a test. I'm going to. You don't need to worry. I'm responsible, remember? I'm sorry, I got upset. I'm trying really hard. I'm not putting too much pressure on myself. I can balance it. Okay. Love you too. Bye.
Love you, Mommy.
Cut it out, Greg. They're worried about me failing.
Why do you care what they think? College, baby. No parents.
You're on the crew team because your dad forced you to be, so how different are we really?
Easy, Ron. I was just surprised to hear you say the crew team is making you happy.
What do you know? You haven't been there all week.
Right, because Captain Psycho jumped me and then blamed me for starting it.
I was there, Greg. You were definitely pushing his buttons.
I was protecting you.
Well, I don't need protection. You need protection. You have every advantage, and you act like you're a victim.
I thought you were my friend, dude. Maybe I shouldn't have done Make-A-Wish with you and brought you onto the crew team with me.
Brought me in? Last I checked, I'm the one who's actually still rowing with the team.
For now. Until I come back, make varsity, and keep your ass in the novice boat. Like always, I pushed, said things I regretted. Truth was, Ron was my only friend. We spent all our time together, in the dorm room and on the water. That fight may have been a small thing between us, but it seemed like the hazing was a wedge between Ron and I as well. You would have thought it would bring us together. Instead, it put us in fight or flight mode. And I was always wired for fight. Mount Moriah? Bring a sacrifice? What does this mean?
It's an allusion to the site in the Bible where Abraham was to kill Isaac.
Really? Mm-hmm. That's some heavy shit.
Some of the other novices suspect it's what they call the Overlook, a half-mile down the Conroy River. I'm bringing my childhood teddy bear, because it's probably time for me to get rid of Huggies anyway.
Dude, why are you taking this seriously?
I've been telling you, Greg. I care about this team. I'm committed. When I start something, I see it through. What are you bringing?
You'll see.
Look, I don't want to fight with you. I'm sorry for what I said earlier. I'm grateful that we're in this together.
I'm sorry too, man. I know you're under pressure. But I want to be a pair, like we are on the water. Let's take on this event tonight and the rest of the season. Deal?
Deal. Whatever this event is.
Walking towards the boathouse, we linked up with other novices. We saw lights leading to a path. Varsity members stood silently with robes on, staring into torches they held in front of their faces. We tried to speak with them, but they wouldn't respond. We just kept walking from torchbearer to torchbearer as we chattered nervously about what awaited us.
I heard this is when we get ass tattoos. I heard we have to eat live bugs.
Why would we have to eat live bugs?
I don't know, man. You know Captain is crazy.
Shh, I think we're supposed to be quiet, like the torch holders. Do you hear that? I think we're getting close.
Are you holding a teddy bear?
It's my sacrifice. What did you bring?
A condom?
I think it's up there.
Novices, this is Mount Moriah. Legend has it that the first Alderbridge team captains would stand on this overlook and give commands to their boats from a megaphone. That the acoustics here were uniquely perfect, and voices could carry across the expanse of our racecourse on Conroy River. This was before launches, before computerized ergs, when this was a gentleman's sport. Over the years, the land changed, the world changed, but we, on the Alderbridge crew, hold on to tradition.
Novice night. Novice night.
I have asked you to bring a sacrifice. One by one, I will call you forward to present your offering to the fire.
Captain announced each novice rower's name, and they stepped forward, explaining what they brought, why they brought it, and throwing them into the fire. Ron stepped forward and explained how he'd had his childhood stuffed animal ever since first grade, how his parents bought it for him to stay brave. I think he almost cried. Of course, Captain saved me for last.
Greg Culver, please step forward with your sacrifice. What did you bring?
A medal.
A medal? Like the one of your elementary school participation trophy for tying your shoes?
No, it's not mine. It's my dad's. From the New England Championships.
Can I see it? A worthy sacrifice. Proceed. Now, the very last sacrifice is made in advance of our first race of the season against our oldest rivals, Birchfield College. Ron, please step forward. Ron, you have distinguished yourself as a leader amongst your peers. I am naming you Novice Captain. Do you accept this honor?
Yes, Captain.
Good. But Ron, with honor comes sacrifice. This here is my torch. To earn the title of Novice Captain, please remove your shirt and present your back.
What?
The Novice Captain's sacrifice is a painful one. It is to remind us all of our sacrifice and our responsibility. Do you accept, Ron?
No! You're gonna burn him?
It's a joke, dude. We just
Then
pretend.
why does he have to take his shirt off?
You're ruining the drama. Stop talking, you little novice shit.
If it's part of the ritual.
Ron! Don't!
Novice night.
Novice night. Novice night.
Novice night. Novice night.
It was sadistic and strange. Ron cried that night. Captain had singed the flesh. It wasn't the kind of burn that required a trip to the doctor. Captain's bullying was always strategic that way. But it would leave a scar, purposefully so. Weird as it sounds, I was a little jealous of Ron. Ron and Captain now shared a bond.
Welcome back to the river, Fail Son. You'll notice we changed the seating a bit while you were gone. We're starting with you in the 3 seat and Ron in the 4 seat. Don, on your command.
Ready, y'all? Row.
Stroke seat, you're rushing. Bring down the pace. Focus on the recovery. God, now you're too slow. Damn it, Don, what's the pace?
34 strokes per minute.
That's too slow. Let it run. Stop rowing. Ron, I'm moving you to stroke. We'll swap you two.
Yes, Captain.
What about me?
You're staying where you are. You aren't important right now.
But that's not how we've been practicing.
Oh, are you referring to your little night practices? The one you thought I wouldn't notice? Yeah, that was a pretty cute move from you, Dawn. Bonding with your new novice friends.
Henry, let's focus on today's practice.
That's what I'm fucking doing. The boat looks like shit and we need to beat Birchwood, top to bottom. Varsity down to novice. I don't give a fuck what you've been doing with the double. It doesn't matter. Ron is the stroke and Greg stays in 3. You got that?
Yes, Captain.
Good boy.
I didn't know if Captain's choice was for the good of the boat or to punish me. He said we were rowing faster, looking better, but for my seat, everything felt like it was falling apart. But thankfully, due to our night practices with Dawn, I was more confident in my technique. During the power 10s, I gave it my all, and by the end of the practice, I was exhausted. Are we sure that was better today? Boat felt a little weak to me.
Captain said it was faster. Why would you know better than him?
I'm just saying how it felt.
You're in the shittiest seat in the boat. Of course it's gonna feel bad.
You're the weakest bitch in this boat. Novice captain? Congrats. That's like earning a medal in the Special Olympics.
Then what does that make you?
I don't give a fuck about this boat. I'm aiming for varsity. You don't think I can do it? My erg times are minutes better than you.
You heard, Captain? It doesn't matter what your erg time is if you can't row. And you're still a shit seat rower. Fail, son.
You think that scar on your shoulder means anything, Ron? Fuck this. Clean your own damn boat, Captain Novice. I'm out.